said. Had Rodrigues and Rawle been together for any length of time, those two definitely have the capability to take the game away from Australia.
Good shot. Up and over the top. The 100 comes up. Oh, they won't get back for a second there. Good work out in the deep from Gardner. So the 100 up after 22 overs to the 100.
This is the road to the FIH World Cup 2026. India is ready. Qualification isn't given. It's earned. For pride. For the tricolour. India goes all in. Watch all the action of the FIH Women's World Cup 2026 qualifiers live on Star Sports and Jio Hotstar.
And Sutherland. Gardner's economy excellent. King to continue from the Church Street end. Roll well and truly set. Just wide of King. Here's trouble. Out. Sent back by Harmanpreet Kaur. Rahl has been run out. And that is disaster for India.
Disaster for India. And this looked like a batter with the conditions, the understanding, ready to go, ready to run, and a new batter at the non-striker's end, maybe thinking about the knee. But also, non-striker didn't fancy it at all. Harmanpreet Kaur said no straight away, and two batters at the same end. Got to go for 52. That's an important breakthrough. Bang, bang for Australia. 3 for 100.
This is the road to the FIH World Cup 2026. India is ready. For pride. For the tricolour, India goes all in. Watch all the action of the FIH Women's World Cup 2026 qualifiers live on Star Sports and Jio Hotstar.
Deepti Sharma at number 5 will have a big role to play with the ball for India. For the moment, it's very important. And she contributes significantly with the bat. So much good work had been done by India early. None for 78 in the 17th over.
Now this is ideal for Australia. The fact that they were able to remove Rodrigues and now Pratika Rao, so two new batters at the crease, with Alana King operating. You just get a sense that Harmanpreet Kaur, the non-striker, she hasn't looked, obviously a little niggle, didn't field the second innings, so isn't that keen to run or take off. And I get a sense that a little bit of ball watching happened as well, and she looked and saw that the ball went straight to mid-on and did not hear or look at Pratika Rao, who was running down the pitch.
Something's...
Can you turn around like a sniper got it?
Yes, something in the surface that... a bit of traction perhaps, or unevenness that she wasn't expecting. A wicket maiden for Australia. 3 for 100. Well, this most unfortunate. Pratika Raul had done so much good work, but Preet turned her back and sent her back, and she was no hope. Horrible feeling for all involved in blue. Delight amongst the Australian camp as they are essentially gifted the wicket of the set batter. Let's check in with Alana King again. That was a bit of a bonus wicket for you, Kingy.
Oh, happy days. We love a bit of a mix-up, so we'll take it, that's for sure.
Happy with how you've been bowling?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see how much spin I can get out of the wicket, so I'm settling in nicely, keeping the stumps in play, and I think there's a little bit in it. Might be just on the touch slower side.
Alana's on the go here.
Kingy, did a sniper get you that last ball? What's going on? You're looking
here
down.
we go.
You're at absolutely nothing on the ground.
All right, this is where we need spider cam, and there's an absolute hole right there where they put the covers, holes for the covers. So, yeah, no doubt you would have heard of teammates giving me stick, but there's a bloody hole there.
Yeah, very supportive. Phoebe Litchfield at mid-wicket
Yeah.
on cover saying, watch out for the grass.
Yeah, no. Oh, they all chirp up, don't they?
Now, speaking of holes, Alana, little birdie tells us, well, Lisa Healy told us
goodness.
before the toss that you might be heading out to a nice little golf course near here tomorrow. Going for a look at 7 Mile?
Yes. I was trying to keep hush-hush, and then the word got out, and some people aren't happy that they didn't cop an invite, but I am in the exclusive group, so I'll take that. But
It's an exclusive invite, isn't it?
it is, but no, I'm excited. I've stalked the Instagram that many times, and yeah, it looks absolutely stunning.
Well, we were there this morning and it was absolutely spectacular. It was about the only thing that would get Lisa Stalaker out of bed. She's not an early riser, but she was up at 6:30 for golf this morning.
Oh, go on. Where'd you play?
Well, I had Kate and Theo and Al, the Governor of Tasmania, managed to organise that for us, so we appreciate it.
High roller you are, Lisa, aren't you?
But, yeah, it is tight, mate, let's just say. Let's hope the slice doesn't come into it.
Well, lucky I didn't play any golf in Melbourne before coming, so I've got plenty of balls in my bag, and I think I'm going to need every bit of them.
You just look out at the ocean, Kingy, and the beautiful vistas and the undulations and the spectacular greens and soak it all up, mate. It's a beautiful place to be.
Look, I'm going to aim left because my beautiful slice will come off, and then the wind off the water will bring it nicely back. Oh, yes, Annabelle.
That wasn't far away.
Any tips?
Try and keep it in the fairway is the key, I think, definitely. We didn't hit too many
Thanks,
drivers
Stu.
today. We didn't hit too many
Jeez.
drivers today.
What great advice
Jeez.
from the Governor of Tasmania.
No.
Keep it on the fairway.
Well, I
can
was
you?
only just getting started. Thankfully, Copes didn't play, or there'd be a heck of a lot of advice to be given.
Yes, bells! Lovely Annabelle!
Over ends at just the right time. 3 for 103.
This man disappeared 48 hours ago. I'm treating this like a murder case.
Dead bodies, weird circumstances.
This one's never gonna be solved. You don't really think we're gonna find them, do you? We are this close. Those men died for a reason. Some questions just don't have answers.
Game interestingly placed here. There's sustenance out on the hill. Good to see. Kingy's got the ball in hand again. And Deepty goes bang and sends it out to the deep and is caught. Nick Carey made good ground, got in position, set her feet and took the catch. And Australia's turning this match to its advantage.
Yeah, lovely fly to delivery. Dipti Sharma, who has a higher score of 188 for India. That was when she was opening the batting. Hasn't had so much luck here in Australia so far. Looking to go down the ground, probably a little bit of extra turn. And her trying to find the ball meant that she hit it down to Nicola Carey, who was just waiting for it in the pocket. Dipti Sharma unfortunately departs for one. India now have lost 4 wickets for 103.
तीर की पहचान अपनी तलवार से, अरबी घोड़े की रफ्तार से, कड़कती बिजली की तेजी से मिलेंगी आपको ESPN क्विक इन्फो पे स्कोर अपडेट। अबे कहाँ पड़े हो चक्कर में, कोई नहीं है टक्कर में, खड़क।
ESPN Quick Info. Download the app now.
So India has lost 4 for 25 after being in a good position. Had none for 78. Amanjot Kaur returning to the lineup, having played in the T20s during this series. And she's off the mark. Been joined by Australian selector Sean Flegler down at ground level. Sean, welcome to you. Thanks for joining us.
No problem at all.
How would you rate the series so far from an Australian perspective? Have you been happy with what you've seen?
Oh, certainly we would have loved to have won the T20 series, but there's some good signs there, and I thought we played really well at Brisbane, and today. It's been a good start. We've created plenty of chances, and they're starting to get the rewards for that.
What can you tell us about Sophie Molyneux?
Yeah, unfortunately, Sophie's developed a bit of back pain, so lower back pain over the last few days. So, unfortunately, that means she's going to miss the rest of the series, and we'll work towards her being available for the West Indies series coming up. So we don't want to take any risks with the T20 World Cup coming up. So she's still right to bat, still right to run, but it's just the bowling that's, she's got a little bit of pain at the moment.
Something that will need a scan or further investigation?
Yeah. So we'll get her scanned, and then we'll have to offload her for a little while, and that's why we don't want to take any chances with the next few matches coming up.
And obviously such an exciting time for Soph, having just been announced as the captain, following on from Elisa Healy. Where to from here in the interim if Soph was to miss a little more time than you're expecting?
Oh, no, we don't think she's going to miss too much more. So obviously we've got Elisa captaining for the next few games, and the plan is to take Soph to the West Indies and continue her captaincy over there. So, we think it's a good opportunity for her to continue that. Leading into the World Cup, that was always the plan, the T20 World Cup, and we'll keep making decisions based around that.
Talk to us about the balance of selection with this Australian team at the moment, Sean, because you could look at it as almost an embarrassment of riches, but you have so many all-rounders to the point where Sophie Molyneux's batting at number 9 at times. So how do you balance your selection and then the roles that players are expected to have within the team?
Yeah, I mean, certainly it starts with clear roles, absolutely. And then we look at conditions and matchups. But, it's great having that embarrassment of riches, really. I think most players
those all-rounders could either bat or bowl in every team. So really fortunate. It gives us our captains plenty of options on the field to go to. I'm sure sometimes they think, do we need to have all these all-rounders? How many bowlers do we need on the field? But provides options, and then if someone's not working in one particular innings or the day, then they can go to someone else. I think I'd prefer to have the embarrassment of riches than looking for stopgap opportunities.
Flex, moving forward to the test squad then, obviously Soph Molyneux out. We've seen that Lucy Hamilton has been brought into the ODI side. Are you planning to bring any other players in?
Yeah, we'll work through that over the next sort of 24 to 48 hours, but we'll certainly have to bring someone in. So obviously, Luce coming into the ODIs, that's an opportunity for her to be around the squad just a little bit earlier than what was originally planned. We'll see how today goes, and perhaps there's an opportunity for her on Sunday as well. But we're looking forward to seeing what she can do within this Australian side. I think she's got a huge future ahead of her. I know Trent called it out very early on, so well done, Trent. You're right on the money.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for following that through.
In terms of that then, I would imagine almost preempting that Darcy Brown would probably have to sit out the third ODI, and Lucy gets an opportunity and gets a bit of an opportunity in the 50 over before the test match then.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the opportunities for us. So, we'll look how things go today. Hopefully we get another win, and then gives us an opportunity to have a look at Luce possibly in game 3. The wickets played really well so far. Maybe it'll keep a little bit lower on Sunday, but if we play on the same wicket, it might turn a little bit more. So we've also got Georgia Wareham champion a bit to have a crack as well. So we've got a couple of options there.
Flags, I'm just looking out over the top of the side screen at Beth Mooney with the gloves in her hand. Not accustomed to seeing Beth Mooney in all formats with gloves in hand. How tough was that decision, and how did you come to it?
Yeah, extremely tough. Midge has had an unbelievable career, and we try to be really respectful of that, but also look at what the team requires, in the medium to long term as well. So, we had plenty of discussions about it. I think Moons in her own right has been keeping very well for the last 12 to 18 months, and the opportunity for her to keep in the T20s in particular and then continue that through the rest of the series was too good an opportunity, I thought. But really conscious of what Midge has done for this team and her career. It's been outstanding. She's an unbelievable keeper for a long time. She's led the team extremely well over the last couple of years, and we want to make sure that we send her out on the right note, and hopefully that's with a win today, tomorrow and next week in Perth.
Sean, we had a situation obviously where Alana King's playing in this series but didn't play in the T20 component of it and was open in a disappointment and saying she still wanted to fight her way into the World Cup squad, which is on the horizon.
Yep.
What do you want to see from her? What needs to be seen from Alana King to be part of that squad for the World Cup?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one for her as well. She's bowled really well every time she's had an opportunity for Australia. I think in the T20s we've been really clear with Georgia Wareham as being our main leg spinner. Georgia also, provides that batting, and she's an outstanding fielder as well. So I think, she's got that ahead of Kingy in the T20s, and then it swaps over in the ODIs. Obviously, with Soph coming into the squad and as captain, she obviously gets the left arm orthodox is another skill set that we value highly, and so she takes that spot. And Ash Gardner's form as a bowler, in particular in T20s over the last couple of years, has been really good. We'd love to see a few more runs out of Ash, but she's done really well in the ODIs with the batting over the last couple of years. So Kingy, she needs to bide her time and be ready for when that opportunity does come, but we're certainly not counting her out of T20 calculations at the World Cup or even in the West Indies when that squad's announced at the end of the test match.
Flegs, just quickly as well, Kim Garth, Elise Perry, how are they tracking for the test?
Yeah, I mean, they started their rehab, so we'll just keep monitoring that over the next little while. Pez obviously, she hasn't bowled as much over the last few years, and so she's seen primarily as a batter, so she's probably more chance of getting back for the test match. We'll see how Kim goes over the next little while, but I'd expect we'll have to make a change for that as well and bring someone else in.
Thank you very much, Sean. Great to chat to you.
No problem at all. Thanks for your time.
4 for 112.
Do you think he's coming back?
I don't know.
Girlfriend, this is your liberation.
The city needs me. I need you to get me back in the game.
Remember where you parked?
Dark Knight Rises. Takes a little time to get back in the swing of things.
Play mark. India 4 for 112 and needing a partnership again. Got that very good partnership at the top from Mandana and Rahul. Mandana didn't look her usual self, but was able to grind it out for 31. They put on 78 at the top. Harmanpreet, she got some magic in her today. Holds the record for the highest score between these two nations. Set way back in 2017 at the World Cup, 170. She smashed. That's a nice shot. Nice shot for one. Gee, off the bat, that would minimum two.
Yeah, just touching on Smriti Mandana and sitting and watching her innings unfold, it was uncharacteristic, the amount of opportunities that she got, and then also how she got out. It was almost like, oh, how about I try a little lap, but I haven't necessarily practiced it. I know she has, but did not look comfortable at all. And it almost started kind of this 4-wicket flurry that the Australians were able to get because of her dismissal as well. You get a sense that sometimes players get caught between the 50-over format and T20.
So top liners out of that conversation with Sean Flegler. Seems like they're pretty keen to get Lucy Hamilton into this side on Sunday. So we look forward to seeing that potentially.
Oh, yeah, like that shot.
Pretty firm around the position with Alana King as well. She's not the front of the queue when it comes to T20 cricket. Georgia Wareham preferred. And King preferred in 50-over cricket. That is a complete miscue from Alana King, or mis-execution, and it is duly put away. 4 for 117.
This island was the research facility for the original Jurassic Park.
We put ourselves in a place we don't belong. Survival is a long shot.
King, the fact that she isn't getting as much turn as she did at Allan Borderfield, that tells you the difference. So she's made a slight adjustment. She's pulled back her length slightly. So it's like 40 centimetres. Whilst that doesn't seem a lot, you can see the difference from a length perspective. And that means she targets the stumps more. She's not looking for that nice flight delivery, nice and full, and looking for the outside edge. She's looking for LBWs and bowls.
In the air, safely away. And they're only getting singles.
Yeah, I want to dive a little deeper into that, Lise. Like, for kids out there watching this game, Alana King doesn't have replays to go on at the moment. She doesn't have Hawkeye data to go on like us to say, yes, there's less spin. That's her feeling the game. She lets the ball go the same here as she does in Brisbane. But that is part of the quality of an elite player, is an ability to go, okay, what's happening today, and be adaptable. Because I'm letting the ball go the same, but what's different, and therefore how's the wicket reacting? Therefore, what do my tactics then need to be that's different? You said bowling straighter, slightly pulling your length back. Those are proactive choices that Alana King, at the top of her game, and many other bowlers in these scenarios are doing. It's not just bowl good leg spin.
There are the two Sean Flegler was talking about. Other thing that appeared to come out of that conversation with Sean. Good shot for a dot, Litchfield. was travelling. We're likely to see Elise Perry play in the Test match, aren't we? And especially given she's predominantly batting these days. Anything that jumped out at you or caught your ear from the Sean Flegler conversation, Liz?
No, I think he handled all of the questions fairly well. I mean, it's great that he gave us that access. It's really important, I think, the selectors share their thought process. And he was really open and honest. I think they have the riches of all-rounders, which you touched on, Al. It's about finding the role for a player, and if someone's not doing one of their roles, that's okay. There's other players that can step in, so be okay with almost dropping or putting them out of the 11 and allowing them to go back and play state cricket. And if you do that, then we're going to see players like a Nicola Carey emerge back a better cricketer, because she's had an opportunity to figure things out, solve on the fly, which is what you're talking about, Trent, as well. You know, you may have a plan about certain things, but things don't always unfold the way you want. So I think they are spoilt for choices, but that means it's almost like we're giving everyone an opportunity, which sometimes doesn't work.
Quick single here. Shy at the stumps. She would have just been home. Litchfield with a good arm, but couldn't hit the stumps on that occasion. It's not something we see a lot, though, is it? That a selector would pop up in match broadcast, particularly on the men's side.
Yep. Oh, I loved it. Whether you agree with those opinions or not, actually having the ability to stand behind your opinions, talk to them openly and freely, with respect to the questions, with respect to people like Elisa Healy not wicket-keeping in this series, I thought it was excellent.
28 overs complete, 4 for 121.
Hell is different than you think. You're dead. Annie, did you think that our story was over?
The Manhattan, just a few overs as they start to build again. The partnership is 18 off 23. After a bit of a flurry of wickets, India lost 4 for 25 between the 17th and 25th overs. Rise of catch, and that is just beyond the catching grasp of Phoebe Litchfield. Very good effort.
Yeah, she tends to fly in that cover position, and even though she's got an injured digit, she's not leaving that spot because she anticipates and moves exceptionally well.
So just on the all-rounders within the team, Copes, take another look at this almost moment for Australia, and the way Australia has so many within the team, and it means players that are perhaps accustomed to batting higher or bowling more prominently aren't getting those same opportunities.
Yeah, I think that's, when I was saying before, whether you agree or not with Sean Flegler's opinions, I love that he spoke to what he believes and what the group does and what the team ethos is. The one disagreement that I guess I have is that those roles can be so clear to that amount of all-rounders. And Sean spoke to it as, we'd rather have all of those options than not. I just think the risk with that sometimes is that people lack clarity, and that when push comes to shove and say, Smitty, Mandana and Harmanpreet Kaur are both 80 not out at a stage in a game, and you need to know exactly who you're turning to and why, that those lines are blurred. The great thing for Australia is, and Sean Flegler and Shelley Nitschke, is that not often are Australia put under so much pressure that is exposed too much.
However, they have been lately, and it has been in a semi-final of a World Cup. And that's when they've been unstuck and they lose those matches.
Down the ground. Good shot from Amanjot. Open the shoulders and hit it firmly. 7 off the over. 4 for 128.
This is the do or die weekend. Mega teams. Mega battles. Who will storm into the semifinals? Get ready for Super 8 Mega Weekend. Only on Geo Hotstar and Star Sports Network.
Here are the partnerships. 78 from the opening pair. Now Amanjot and Harmanpreet building something. They need to stay together for a bit longer, that's for sure. So Gardner's coming back to bowl now from the river end, having previously bowled from the Church Street end. Amanjot, one of the 2 inclusions for India in this match. Thakur and Shafali Verma going out. Vaishnavi coming in, the left arm orthodox spinner. 20-year-old to make her ODI debut. Having played 5 T20 internationals. One change for Australia. Sophie Molyneux, back injury has forced her out for the rest of the series. And the all-rounder Nicola Carey coming back into the Australian team.
Yeah, and for Nick Carey, the first time since 2022, the World Cup that was played in New Zealand gets an opportunity. Obviously stepped away from Australian duties.
Gets through. She's playing some shots, Harmanpreet. Yet to get full reward, hasn't hit a boundary yet.
Oh, I like that shot for us.
Amanjot Kaur has been a player that's been around the Indian setup for quite a number of years now. Had the opportunity to be part of the Indian squad that won the World Cup.
Damn dusty.
And actually played a beautiful innings against Sri Lanka when India were in trouble. It was the first match. And she put a partnership on with Dipti Sharma. She scored 57 off 56 and ensured that India would get home. But she's been the typical type of player that comes in and out depending on what the conditions are, what your opposition is, what the balance of the team is. Hasn't necessarily had a free run at this position. So I'm glad to see her in the side.
Flight from Gardner and a single taken. Another tidy over from Ash Gardner. 20 overs to go, 4 for 130. Good shot.
After a good game of football on weekend, a true Mallu will plan a Premier League game with friends and a good old drink. Open it, Cheta.
Bruno Fernandes.
Watch Premier League live on Geo Hotstar and Star Sports Network.
So that's a picture after 30 overs, 4 for 130. India going really nicely with Rahul and Mandana. And the Aussies have been well on top. I think the real disappointment for the Indians would be that run out. Shout taken. Couple of grabs for Mooney. It didn't go in cleanly, but it doesn't matter because she clung onto it. That's a wicket for Nicola Carey.
Yeah, Nicola Carey playing at home. Beautiful ball there. Stuck on the crease. Not cleanly taken by Mooney behind the stumps, but doesn't matter what it looks like. It's another wicket for Australia and Nicole Carey. India are now 5 for 130.
This is the do or die weekend. Mega teams. Mega battles. Who will storm into the semifinals? Get ready for Super 8 Mega Weekend. Only on Geo Hotstar and Star Sports Network.
Gosh to the crease for the Indians, and Nicola Carey coming back into this squad for Australia and picks up her first wicket for the series.
This has been a change of ends for Carey. One ball in, it seems like a great change too.
But we see once again the fielding on display from Phoebe Litchfield out position at short cover.
We just look at the wicket again. Oh, nice. Maybe just a little bit off the surface, away from the batter. A fine edge. And Beth Mooney behind the stumps, keeping her calm, taking it with a second effort, perhaps a little bit of a third effort, but takes the catch nicely.
Plenty happening here for Nicola Carey.
Well, I was just going to ask you, Junior, about bowling at the different ends, and not bowling, but you've obviously played a lot on this ground. And you've just asked me which way it slopes.
I was just seeing if you were seeing the same thing as me, actually, Starkey.
It was a test.
And you passed.
Cuts this one powerfully. Gosh gets off the mark with a boundary.
Just a fraction wide from Carey there. You can see the length that she's trying to bowl, but when Richard Gosh gets width, she's throwing her hands through it every day of the week. You can see what they're trying to do here with the back four set as the sweepers, hitting the top of the stump's length. Great bit of captaincy from Elisa Healy, changing ends for Nick Carey. You often find that when bowlers do bowl here at Bellerive Oval, they'll have a preferred end. And I like that Nick Carey is bowling from this end, because having captained her for a long time, that is her preferred end. Someone who also loves bowling from that end is someone like Sarah Coit, who does a similar thing. So likes to bring the ball slightly back in, but then it will just sort of sit up and straighten a fraction from that end as well. So it just assists with the bowlers that can slightly angle the ball in.
Driven powerfully again, Risha Ghosh. Shoot gets across to cut that one off for a single. Great over for Australia. Pick up the wicket, 5 for 135.
थोड़ा लेफ्ट नहीं थोड़ा राइट अरे सेंटर में रखिए ना इंडिया का सेंटर ऑफ अट्रैक्शन है हमारा मैच सेंटर लाइव
सॉलिड एनालिसिस है धुरंधर एक्सपर्ट्स का किंगडम है
सुपरस्टार्स के स्टारडम का पावर गेम का हर एंगल होगा कवर
और इस नंबर 1 शो के साथ जुड़ा है नंबर 1 होम अप्लायंसेस ब्रांड हायर जहां इनोवेशन और परफॉर्मेंस दोनों है नंबर 1.
India's center of attraction is Match Center Live. Keep watching Higher Match Center Live only on Geo Hotstar.
Here in Bellerive, if you see the fall of wickets, so they got off to a flyer, India. 78 was the first partnership, and then just since then haven't been able to get another partnership going, losing wickets at pretty crucial times.
Partnerships are a huge thing in ODI cricket as well, not just with the batters but also with the bowlers, and that's what the Australian bowlers have done exceptionally well as well, to be able to take those wickets consecutively.
Oh, I like that.
To not allow the Indians to have big partnerships. So they've only had the one big partnership, and you can see how much by taking regular wickets that stem the flow. And they're only projected now to get about just over 200. So they've brought it back beautifully, the Australians.
spot on in those bowling partnerships, but perhaps maybe something was said in that first drinks break. We saw the run rate just start to slow just prior to that, and that long partnership, as you mentioned, Junior, and then the wickets came after that drinks break, and they've pegged them right back here, Australia. Obviously took those wickets in the power play in Brisbane, not the case today, so maybe just as a bowling group, talking about those lines and lengths on a wicket that wasn't offering the same. Well, you played a lot here, Junior. How do you find the wicket? Does it change much in the second innings to chase here?
There's a lot of chat around the dew, potentially how much that comes in, but this is always a really good batting track, and it can be really hard to defend in the second innings, but it comes down to batters going on and making big scores and partnerships as we come to the end of the over. 5 for 136.
Deborah, did you ever think you'd be back on top?
Yes. This isn't the same as before. No more jokes about my physical appearance.
Come on, now fellas are grandfathered in.
Ava, do you need me to give your hair CPR because it is lifeless?
No workaround.
Finally respected. Anything I want to do, I have to do now.
Full body chills. Feel goosebumps.
One way to eat it. The edge. This one won't quite run away. McGrath gets across to cut that one off, just the single.
So on your point, Starkey, the partnerships are critical from both the batting and the bowling point of view. Once you're in as a batter, you can absolutely go large out here, and it can be extremely difficult for bowlers to be able to take wickets because the wicket isn't giving you a lot, and then under lights it just probably skids on a little bit more. So I imagine when the Australians come out to bat, they'll be looking to play really straight, looking to play back through the line as the ball will just slide on under lights. And vice versa, the Indians will be looking to try and get the Australians to play square off the stumps. So it will just be really basic plans and ultimately it comes down to which team executes plans the best at Balreeve Oval, because there's not a lot that happens, so it's about staying boring in a sense and being able to have partnership after partnership, either with the ball or with the bat.
So what I'm hearing is, if you get in as a batter, it's a very nice place to bat.
A very nice place to bat, particularly after Christmas. Before Christmas, there can be a little bit in it, but after Christmas, it certainly settles into a nice batting wicket. Terrible place to captain at times. So we won't be surprised if Elisa Healy is thinking about bringing Sutherland onto Gosh. Sutherland in ODI cricket has her 6 for 42 from 53 balls. And in the last ODI, as soon as Richa Ghosh came out, they brought Sutherland into the attack.
So from this point, 33 overs, we're into the 33rd over, 5 for 140. Target that they're looking for, obviously we said the projection if they go at the current rate, 215. Need to be well over that, you would think. Just helped on its way. King coming around to try and stop it and does a brilliant job there. Classy from Alana King. Made the ground early and then did everything right as she got down to stop the ball.
Well, you can hear Lisa Stalaker in the background saying show off. Didn't chase too many down there, Lisa. Alana King showing us all how to do it.
It's around the back.
Oh, and she's managed to knock her in the back side and still save the boundary. Timing to perfection. That's what you need from your fielders. And you're trying to defend, well, trying to keep the score down in the first innings of an ODI.
.33 gone, 5 for 143.
I need to get back in the game.
Remember where you parked?
This is what we saw last over from Alana King. Pretty fancy stuff.
Well, most cricketers would run around, dive front on and flick it back, but Alana King, she's got her own style, and I'll tell you what, she's managed to make an incredible save and look great doing it as well. So well done, Kingy.
Did she try and flick that into the cap that was taken off the back of her head there?
I thought at 1 minute it was going to land in the cap. Is that 5 runs if that happens? She gets the opportunity again here with ball in hand.
Oh, I like that shot for us, Kingy. That's nice, Kingy.
This is a really big, important partnership for India. They would want Ghosh and Harmanpreet to be there at the 40 over mark to still have some wickets in hands with the back 10.
Down feet.
And when batters are looking to attack Alana King, that's when she's in the game. So this is a critical moment in the match right now. An interesting 7 overs to come. India here with these two, they can both score really quickly in the back 10 if they need to. So this is a critical partnership that Australia will want to break.
I feel like this is going to be a nice matchup too. The power of Richa Ghosh and just what Alana King likes to do, as you said, Elise, to batters do want to go after her. And she's gone. 6, that carries all the way. That's what we thought we might see with Richa Ghosh. Beautiful strike all the way for 6.
Well, it is a beautiful shot from Richard Gosh. Elisa Healy just having the 3 out, encouraging Richard Gosh to take a risk. And I tell you what, she's seen a lovely step hit delivery that she wanted to take full advantage of, and she makes sure that it counts. A massive 6 to bring up the 150 for India.
Better length.
Rocks back and hits that one through point. Got the protection out there through Ash Gardner, but again, just seeing the power of Risha Ghosh.
You mentioned the change of ends for Alana King, and we heard earlier from Lisa and Trent, there's not been as much spin in this surface for the spinners today compared to up in Brisbane, so the change of speeds and flight for Alana King.
Oh, yes, Key.
So we'll just see now if with Gosh back on strike. She takes the pace off a little bit, throws a little bit more air with that. Annabelle Sutherland is going back on the boundary at long on there after that last shot.
It's the first time that India have taken 10 runs off and over for this innings. That will be drinks, 5 for 153.
After a good game of football on weekend, a true Mallu will plan a Premier League game with friends and a good old drink. Coconut chata.
Bruno Fernandes.
Watch Premier League live on Jio Hotstar and Star Sports Network.
थोड़ा लेफ्ट नहीं थोड़ा राइट अरे सेंटर में रखिए ना इंडिया का सेंटर ऑफ अट्रैक्शन है हमारा मैच सेंटर लाइव
सॉलिड एनालिसिस है धुरंधर एक्सपर्ट्स का किंगडम है
सुपरस्टार्स के स्टारडम का पावर टीम का हर एंगल होगा कवर
और इस नंबर 1 शो के साथ जुड़ा है नंबर 1 होम अप्लायंसेस ब्रांड हायर जहां इनोवेशन और परफॉर्मेंस दोनों है नंबर 1.
India's center of attraction is Match Center Live. Keep watching Higher Match Center Live only on Jio Hotstar.
Deborah, did you ever think you'd be back on top?
Yes. This isn't the same as before. No more jokes about my physical appearance.
Come on, now fellas are grandfathered in.
Ava, do you need me to give your hair CPR because it is lifeless?
No workaround. Finally respected. Anything I want to do, I have to do now.
Full body chills. Feel goosebumps.
This is the road to the FIH World Cup 2026. India is ready. Qualification isn't given. It's earned. For pride. For the tricolor. India goes all in. Watch all the action of the FIH Women's World Cup 2026 qualifiers live on Star Sports and Jio Hotstar.
Do you think he's coming back?
I don't know.
Girlfriend,
This is your liberation.
This city needs me. I need you to get me back in the game.
Remember where you parked? Dark Knight Rises.
Takes a little time to get back in the swing of things.
It's going really nicely and then played that shot to Ash Gardner, which is the end of her. Jemmy Rodrigues falling victim to Annabelle Sutherland, and then this was the worst of them all. A horrible run out, and they could ill afford to lose any more wickets at that moment. And then Deepti Sharma held out to Nicola Carey, bowled by Alana King. And then this one, not clean in the gloves of Beth Mooney, but clung onto it, and Nicola Carey picked up her wicket. First one of this series. So that's how it sits at the moment for India. A good partnership at the top, but haven't been able to get anything going since then. We sort of alluded to it pre-drinks. What is the target that you think India will have in mind from this position in the game?
Well, there's no reason with wickets in hand and these two out in the middle that in the last 10 overs they can't be going at 8s to 10s in the last 10. So that's the most important thing, is building that foundation by still being really positive and then getting themselves into a position where off the last 10 overs they can be pushing at 10 and over and really build a score for India.
You think if the power of these two are there with 10 overs to go, they're in a very good spot, good launching pad there, but should wickets fall, that's when it really does put the pressure on India.
Absolutely. It's that fine balance of making sure that you're really positive out in the middle and thinking about your matchups, which bowlers you like the look of, working together in partnership to establish that. But at the same time, it's not about taking high risks or risks outside of your scope as a batter. So if these two are here with 10 to go, they can be pushing past 250.
Likewise for Australia, it's a chance now to take this wicket. We heard from you, Junior, before the matchup, Annabelle Sutherland. Maybe we bring her back on and find that breakthrough of this partnership so they're not set for the back 10 overs. Maybe squeeze a little bit more on the field and find that one breakthrough.
I'd also love Nicola Carey to throw a bouncer in there just so that a batter like Richard Gosh can't just continue to plant that front foot and look to take her down the ground, because once Richard Gosh is going over mid-off or over that extra cover, that's where she becomes really dangerous. So she needs to get into her footwork early.
They were in the game there. It's run away for 4, but geez, that was close.
Yeah, well, sometimes it is just a batter's game. Nicely bowled from Nicola Carey there. Maybe just keeping a little low, stuck on the crease. Manages to squeeze it out past the keeper, down to the boundary for 4 more to India.
So this partnership up to 30 now. A whole lot of risk has been taken, just settling in both of these batters, and as we said, trying to build a partnership, get towards that 40 over mark where they can start to launch. It's the end of the carryover. 7 off it, 5 for 160.
far today. But as you said, Junior, the responsibility on the key bowlers.
Oh, Kingy, I like that. I like that a lot, Kingy.
The Aussies have bowled out their opposition in each of the last 7 ODIs that they've played in Australia. So they'll be looking to make that 8 from 8 with 5 more wickets required.
Nice team, great playing.
As a bowler, Starkey, that's pretty incredible for a team in Australia. They're very batter-friendly conditions, and to be able to play all around Australia where the conditions are slightly different as well, for a bowling unit to be able to continually adapt to not only their opposition but their grounds as well.
Oh, big chat. I think they'll have a big chat about this one, the Aussies. 2 reviews in hand. Yeah, they've gone upstairs. Like the look of it straight away.
Kane, it's Kim. We've got a player review for LBW. Original decision is not out. It's a fair delivery. Can we start with front on vision, please? Thank you. Okay, ball passes close to the bat and gloves. Can we go to ultra edge, please? Thank you. All right, we've got a gap on the left, gap on the left. Gap on the right. So gap on the left, gap on the right. Keep rolling through, flat line, keep rolling through. Yep, satisfied there is no bat or glove involved. Can we move on to ball tracking when ready, please? Copy that, standing by for ball tracking. Thank you. Okay, pitching line, impact in line, and wickets is hitting. So I'll go back on field to Sean to change decision to out. Stand by. You're on screen, signal now.
Well, confirmation. Australians successful in their review. Alana King, the attacking leg spinner. Can't keep her quiet for too long. And the important breakthrough we've been talking about for Australia in this partnership. Gosh has to go for 22. India are now 6 for 162.